Hello, Litheo. Terrolution23 here to give you another episode on our VGC Thursday series. And today we're going to go over the 2015 VGC rulings. And today I am on a Skype chat with PokeProfiles.
Hey, what's up, everyone? PokeProfiles here, ready to give you guys some insight on the new VGC format.
Awesome. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to go over the VGC formats, what was been announced for the next year, the next year's competition, and then I'm going to talk about what I feel like is the most important thing or something to really know out of these new rulings, and then Poke Profiles is going to do the same thing. We're also going to have a treat for you guys because Poke Profiles is he's actually participated in the championships or in the top cut kind of adventure. Well, he'll explain about more about that, but he's going to talk about his experiences, and then we're going to go over some teams that we have. This is one that I made up, but I'll go over it more later. We're going to do some battles and some practices, and then we're going to talk about what to look for and what we should expect in the new 2015 rules. So the rules as they stand are as follows. The standard format is the standard tournament format for Play Pokemon Premium video game events. This format will be used at all premium events unless specified otherwise, and the actual rules are that only Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire game cards or downloadable versions are going to be permitted for use. So you can't use your X and Y anymore. You're going to have to transfer everything over from your X and Y or just trade them over like with bank. The next rule is that players may use Pokemon from the National Pokedex. So from number 001, Bulbasaur, all the way to number 719, which is Diancie. And then they have to be caught in game or transferred from a previous Pokemon title. Um, and let me see. Oh, or received as an event or distribution. Although you can use the National Pokedex, the following Pokemon are not allowed to be on players' teams. So these Pokemon are Mewtwo, Mew, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Celebi, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Jirachi, Deoxys, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Fione, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaman Sky, Arceus, Victini, Reshiram, Zekrom, uh, Kyurem, Keldeo, Meloetta, Genesect, Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde, and Diancie. So, the next rules are that during actual battle, all Pokemon must be in the battle box. That's for when you're actually at an event. Pokemon are allowed to Mega Evolve if they can. The item Soul Dew is not permitted, and then Pokemon above level 50 will be auto leveled down to level 50 during actual battles, but because we're on Showdown, that won't really matter. And players may use Pokemon that have hidden abilities, but only hidden abilities that have been released. We can talk about that during another video, but for now, Showdown will tell us which abilities we can use and what we can't use. Next, players may use items that have been officially released via Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, and Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire through Global Link and through special events or promotions. The next rule is just talking about the blue pentagon, but that's just reestablishing that your Pokemon have to be caught or bred in X and Y or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So those are all the rules for 2015 VGC. It sounded like a lot, but essentially just boils down to Pokemon have to be actually caught or bred. They can't be generated in black and white. Um, you can use all the Pokemon except for like the event Pokemons and the ones I've stated pretty much. And Soul Dew can't be used, and hidden abilities are only the ones that have been released. Those are essentially the only rules what it boils down to. Now, what's important out of this and something that's very unique compared to last year's rulings is that we can now use the National Pokedex. Last time it was just Kalos and we were just so limited. But now we can use almost all 719 Pokemon. That's crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. That means that teams are not going to be as predictable as they were last year. Last year, especially near the championship series, rain was rampant. And there are only a certain amount of Pokemon that can be used in rain. Um, and because of that, it is usually the same few Pokemon that you would see running around. Now we have everything to our disposals, so we can now use a lot more Pokemon in like rain teams, in sand rune teams, in like just standard teams. So I find that to be the most important thing that just sticks out to me out of these VGC rulings. Now PokeProfile is going to give his view on what sticks out to him. If you
Yeah.
don't mind.
So just expanding on what he was talking about, I have been in a couple of VGC tournaments, so starting off from fifth generation, I would say. So I have seen a great amount of sets from different people, whether it be rain teams, trick room teams, sun teams, sand teams. Now that the whole deck is actually usable, we can actually expand on all these teams. I mean, you have, like Terrence said, we have over 700 Pokemon to choose from, and it's just insane how many teams and how many thoughts can actually be put into the teams now that we actually have full usage. Not to mention the new tutor moves that are coming into, because now we get to use Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Um,
Mhm. Oh, and did you have anything in particular from your actual like championship like experiences that you want to tell to anybody who's just starting out in VGC?
let's see. I guess one of the biggest things is that you now, since the VGC regionals are in person, you kind of have a bit more of a, I guess, what would we call it? A bit more nervous, a bit more. You basically get to see your opponent face to face, so you know who you're battling.
Bit more
He may look
intimidating.
older than you. Yeah, intimidation. There you go. He may look older than you. He may be younger than you. Most, what would we call it? The regionals are split into age groups, sometimes ranging from 3, 4 years, even maybe 5 years older than you. If you're playing senior masters, sorry. So intimidation really plays a great factor in there, and the last thing you want to do is look like you're going to choke, and then your opponent takes full advantage of that. So you do kind of have to play. There is an added aspect to mind games in person, I would say,
Hmm.
aside from actually being just online, hiding behind the internet connection.
Hmm.
Um, Expanding on that, my personal experience recently, I played in the 2014, what's it called? The Winter Regionals. It was in Long Beach, California. I do live in California, so it's really close by, so I decided to attend. I actually top cut on that regionals with my team. It
Nice.
was I would say it was a really difficult experience to top cut just because of how many different sets, how many things you actually have to watch out for. Um, the possibly the weirdest thing, well, at that time, the meta game was still rather new, so I wasn't used to seeing choice scarf Gardevoirs, and that pretty much wrecked two or three of my Pokemon because I didn't expect to get moon blasted in the face. So it's
Yeah.
just there's added surprise, there's added factors that you do need to take into account.
Awesome. Right. Um, So yeah, I mean, just that from those experiences just last year, you just didn't know what you were going to come up with. So now with just the vast majority of the Pokemon expanding that you can use, it's going to be crazy to try and counter anything really.
Oh yeah, with all these new teams, I mean, put it this way: a lot of people take VGC into a singles mindset where we have a 252 EV Pokemon, max attack, max speed, etc. And in VGC, that usually doesn't fly as well as you'd think.
No.
Most sets in VGC are meant to counter specific Pokemon. Like, let's take for example
I think I've
a
seen a Kangaskhan with just enough like attack investment and just enough like specialty attack investment to be able to like KO a Ferrothorn with Fire Blast, and this is a Megacon, and then be able to still like Oko like other physical threats like Guard Chomp with like a return. It had just enough in both attack and specialty attack to pull that off.
Yeah, exactly how you put it. That can also be used defensively, so you can survive certain hits from, let's say, choice spec item Pokemon and choice banded items as well.
Mhm.
So it plays in both the defense and offense, and it's these things that really make VGC challenging because it's all a mystery until you actually get hit by the enemy. I mean, by the
By your
opponent.
opponent. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, now that we've gone over the VGC rulings, what we wanted to go with show you guys is just an example team of what I made, and then PokeProfiles and I are going to go through a mock trial just to go over what we should look for, like what are the kind of things you actually need to try and like prepare for it when going into a VGC type battle. And then after, just gonna try two more battles out just to see what other people are bringing into the VGC 2015 format on Showdown. So I already, actually, we're gonna go over my team real quick. I know you guys saw it a little bit while I was playing through, but this is a bit of an unconventional team because this is just like a team that I've always wanted to use, and I wanted to try out one of the new megas. I said I didn't want to use Mega Salamence, but I just saw how crazy insane this guy is. So I really just want to try out for this practice. Now I have a kind of like a pseudo sand team going on, and the reason why is because I've never been able to use Lucario before, and I really want to. And I kind of had went within the idea that I can have two kind of teams to go in this one team because in VGC you're only allowed to bring four out of the six Pokemon that you have on your team into the battle. So I have kind of like a sand team going on here with Mega Lucario just as the main like hitter, and then just Excadrill with Sand Rush, just ready to like bash in there with Life Orb. And I also have kind of like a Salamence team kind of going on with Whimsicott as a support and Landers as kind of like a side attacker. And then I just have Excadrill who's just awesome at attacking. Um, and then mainly just look those four as my side team. But I also have this because I want to be using these four mainly, and Mega Salamence is really just gonna like throw people off for a loop. And he's like, "Oh, he has the Salamence. I gotta bring something to counter it." So that's kind of why I also have Salamence. But we'll see how this goes. Um, I guess when we actually get into the battle, PokeProfiles will go over what his team looks like. So, without further ado, like your avatar, um, let's get into this trial battle. So it's going to be the 2015 format, and I challenged you.
All right. Click and accept on that.
Accept, accept me. Oh gosh. Well, his team is scary. So do you want to go over your team real quick?
Yeah, okay. So my team, the concept, just to get this out of the way, there is no shame in VGC. Just
No.
because things are OU and singles and people talk smack about how, wow, we're using the Salamence, it's banned, blah, 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 blah. There's no shame in VGC. You can use anything you want, anything goes. Expect Smeargle Dark Voids, expect Mega Salamences, Mega Kangaskhangs. Really, if you don't use it, it's going to be used against you, and you really don't want to fall into that matter. But just to expand on that team, I chose Mega Salamence for brute force
Mm-hmm.
with double edge to kick in there. I mean, the recoil damage is pretty great, but it's kind of in there to just hit something really hard. And if it dies on the way out, oh well. I have more backup plans for that. Fire Blast in case you send in a Ferrothorn, what is it, a Scizor, and anything that would resist a double edge. Draco Meteor for safe measures, maybe against other dragons, just to make sure I get the 0-1 hit KO. Dragon Pulse would be a reliable one. Um, Also doesn't decrease the special attack, but then again, it doesn't one hit KO a lot of things. And if your opponent lives with maybe 10% of their health, that makes a big difference in VGC.
Mm-hmm.
I moved on to Sableye. Sableye is actually kind of a test that I want to test, a testing Pokemon. The main deal about it being now and with the move tutors is that it gets Squash.
Oh,
Squash was never really that big of a deal before because not many prankster Pokemon weren't able to learn it. Well, actually, I take that back. Murkrow would be able to learn it, but then again, Murkrow wasn't exactly as bulky and it didn't have a better move set.
mm-hmm.
So now that Sableye gets it with Squash, Fake Out, Ball Play, Will-O-Wisp, it's actually a big threat. The main reason I have it is because let's put into the situation you have a Mega Salamence against a Choice Scarf Salamence. Obviously, the Choice Scarf Solomons is gonna win if Mega Solomons gets hit by a Draco Meteor. With Squash, I actually disable the Choice Scarf, and my Mega Solomons gets a free hit on it regardless.
Can you
So,
actually explain what squash does?
oh, okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
Squash, basically it's a neutral move. There's no priority on it. What it does is make the user, not the user, the
Target.
opposing Pokemon, the target, act last regardless of their speed calc.
Mm-hmm.
So, like with the whole Choice Scarf scenario, Choice Scarf actually powers up your speed by point 50% by 50%.
Mm-hmm.
So, with Squash, I would actually neutralize that and make it go last, like if it was the slowest Pokemon out on the field, which
Slower
gives
than
me,
Slowbro.
yeah, basically the slowest possible. It'll go last regardless of what the speed is, what the item it has. So it's kind of a technical gimmicky play, but it will come in handy in case I need to hit something that's really fast and I
Mm-hmm.
have something that's slower.
Awesome.
Going on to Tyranitar, that's something I actually want to keep a surprise for you guys later.
Fair enough.
It's kind of a test thing I want to see. Maybe if it comes out on battle, I'll see if I can get you guys to see the set, and I'll explain more in that time. Scizor, as you can see, I kind of have a dragons. I have one dragon, two darks, a fighting. So I brought in Scizor for that fairy type. Against fairy types,
Coverage.
basically. I don't want to get hit by Moonblast, Gardevoirs, and as you can see in Terran's team, the Whimsicott. So Scizor might come in handy in this battle.
Might.
Darmanitan, it hits hard. What can I say? I've gotten wrecked by Darmanitans before, so I decided to, hey, give him a shot. I needed a fire type, so he's in the team.
You know what I had to face one time with Darmanitan? It was a lead Darmanitan, so I thought it was just gonna like flare bits, or it was gonna like U-turn or something. It was freaking sub. No, it was belly drum. It was Jolly belly drum. I lost two
Uh,
Pokemon trying to take that down.
Joe, wow. I would be terrified dealing with the Darmanitan, let alone one that's belly drummed.
Yeah,
But then again,
sorry.
it isn't that quick, so hopefully you managed, right? You won that game?
Yeah, I managed to win, but like I lost two Pokemon just trying to take down that one freaking Darmanitan. It was crazy. It was crazy scary. It was Jolly, Leftovers, Belly Drum, Fire Punch, uh, and some other move. I don't remember what it was, but it was scary. It was scary. And your last Pokemon?
Oh, okay. Chestnut, again, I saw the chestnut. I saw the defense, and that I needed a defensive wall. I saw that it gets quick guard, which is perfect for Talonflames. Most people probably won't expect a quick guard from a chestnut because who does that? Who's gonna keep in a chestnut inside with a Talonflame? I mean, honestly. So they're
Hmm.
gonna be either like about 90% tempted to go for that brave bird, so it'll come in handy. And other than
Awesome.
that, it's just a grass type, you know? Can't go wrong with that seed bomb hammer arm.
Yeah, especially to avoid spores, really.
Oh, it's that's a good point actually. I haven't thought of that. That's actually really great of me to have a grass type.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can bet that every single Smurgle you're gonna see has Spore or Dark Void.
Oh yeah, and it's dark blue you have to worry about. Spore, if as long as you have a grass type, you can play along with it.
Hmm.
But dark void, there's unfortunately no way to counter that unless you got a Lumberry.
Yeah. All right, so let's get this match underway. Again, this is gonna just be like a mock battle because uh, we kind of explained what our teams are, so we know what each other has. Um, so yeah, that's gonna happen. So let's see. Who am I gonna start off with? Eh, I want you. Shit, you, and you, because I wanted to do the sand.
Let's
And
see. You, you, and
and
you.
oh god, that was a lot. Always scares me. All right, so it looks like intimidates all around. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
so Intimidate's actually a great factor in VGC. Like you just saw right now, you automatically decrease the opponent's attack, and that can really make the difference when it comes to the one hit KO.
mhm.
So,
Now, what to do? So in terms of your case, if when you see my team, when you see Sand, you see like Landorus, what would you do?
Let's see. In this, like, without having to know what's already on it, first thing I would expect from Landorus would probably be he's going to U-turn out,
Hmm.
maybe possibly Earth. No, not Earthquake. I would probably expect the U-turn out. He would just spot in the Landorus expecting a Salamence so he can get that Intimidate off and get him out of there as soon as possible.
Hmm.
Hippowdon wise, hmm, I honestly have no words for Hippowdon. I haven't seen him in a VGC format.
I actually really like Hippowdon. It's so bulky, like defensively. Now, for me, seeing what he has, Salamence is already like scary as balls. But Sableye is known for Prankster, it's known for Will-O-Wisp, and frankly, I don't care about Hippowdon being burned, but I do care about my Landers being burned. So normally, if it wasn't Sableye, I would U-turn, but I really don't want to deal with that. But also thinking, I didn't come very prepared because I have all physical attackers, so something's going to be burned anyway. So what should I do? What should I do? I guess the best thing that I can do, because I am Choice Scarf, would be just to Rock Slide for flinches. It does hit the Salamancer super effective, even though I am going to be burned, but at least I can try and get some flinches off of that. So that's why I'm going to go for Rock Slide on it. Now, I know what you're going to say, but Terran, this looks like a single set. That's exactly why I have Hippowdon. No one expects Stealth Rock's entry hazards in a doubles play because you don't switch around as much. But me personally, I like to try and like throw people off guard. So I try and bring things that are different, which is why I normally just go for that kind of that kind of deal, just something that no one's ever seen. Of course.
Yeah, and that's actually a great thought of mine to keep. I mean, VGC inspires creativity.
Mhm.
Just because you haven't seen it before doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Just because you
Mhm.
see OU sets doesn't mean you should follow them. There's been all sorts of different sets all over the VGC history, if that's what I can call it. An
Mhm.
example would be last year that competitive Wigglytuff actually became popular. People started
Yeah.
using a Wigglytuff in a competitive scene. It had Fire Blast, Dazzling Gleam, all these movesets you wouldn't expect in a Wigglytuff all of a sudden became popular and everyone had a Wigglytuff on their team. So
And
just because it's not used before doesn't mean you shouldn't use it.
yeah, and actually it wasn't it's not a bad idea because you see Intimidate all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons Bisharp became so popular actually.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's Start, it's Sucker Punch, and then if you accidentally switch that in, if
Yeah.
someone accidentally switches an Intimidator, they're gonna take a huge Sucker Punch to the face.
Oh yeah.
And that's the big problem here.
Yep. Your turn, sir.
All right. Just to expand, so he did. Just to clarify, I did not choose the move sets according to what he said. I had already chosen. Like I said, I was expecting him to U-turn out, so I decided to fake out, see what the Hippowdon would do, and of course, he set up Stealth Rocks.
Mm.
What I need to do now, that since my Salamence is at -1 attack and at -2 special attack, I do need to switch him out because now he's pretty much neutered and neutralized. He won't hit as hard, and he's gonna either get hit hard or take unnecessary damage.
That's smart. So loud. So yeah, I expected the burn on something, so I don't mind that. And that did crap damage. All
Oh
right.
yeah, Chestnut's actually a max HP, max defense, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Sableye is also defensive nature because early in this set, early in the metagame right now, it seems to me that most people are focusing on a physical aspect rather than a special aspect,
Mhm.
despite there being over 700 Pokemon to choose from.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you gotta prepare for what's out there.
Mhm.
So
And waiting on you still.
sorry about that.
No problem.
So
Now,
I'll just go ahead.
mhm. Oh no, sorry. I was gonna say, um, some people might be asking, why did I let my Landers and my Hippowdon get burned? Why, Terran? Why? Well, reason is being is because of my previous mistake that I mentioned before. I have all physical attackers, so I'm not gonna switch in them just to let them get burned, especially because Excadrill and Lucario are my main hitters. Landers is really just there for Intimidate and to do some switching off, but that's all he's really there for. Now, that's why I let them both get burned, so that if I do switch something out, I can immediately switch out again just to try and not get burned. So let's see, what am I gonna do this time? I don't want Chestnut in here. Go away. Oh, and I missed.
Yeah,
Oh, and I got the
unfortunately,
flinch.
Mrs.
Flinch.
Oh man. Unfortunately,
Nice.
misses are a part of the game, and that does happen where you do miss that critical fire blast, that critical thunder, that critical blizzard, or maybe even that focus blast. So,
Mm-hmm.
in a way, in VGC, you do have to prepare for that. And if it is risky to, let's say, go for fire blast instead of flamethrower, but if fire blast is the only way that's going to guarantee you that one hit KO, at times it is worth the risk, and it is
Mm-hmm.
worth you take it because you're going to
Definitely.
lose regardless. So sometimes fire blast 85% chance to hit, it might actually pay off at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. And I got the flinch again. Double flinch.
Oh god.
This is stupidly lucky. Stupidly lucky.
Kind of glad you burned actually.
Well, yeah. If I wasn't burned, I'd be doing a lot more damage right now.
Solomon's probably wouldn't have probably Solomon's would have been like around 25%.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And see, this is why I had Stealth Rocks, because I had the roaring going on. No one really expects Hippowdon to like be doing anything, so they're not really gonna go for him. So I can easily shuffle out my opponent's team, try and remove any synergy he was trying to set up. Like as you saw, he kept trying to bring back his Chestnut, but I just kept roaring it out. It's like, no, I'm not letting Chestnut come out just yet. I'm not ready to. I'm not prepared for that yet. So that's why I went for that.
Can you actually choose who you roar out?
Yeah, you can.
I never Oh wow, I never actually took roar into consideration.
Yeah, that's why I love Roar. Roaring Stealth Rocks. No one thinks it's gonna happen. Oh, this is what I didn't want. Freaking A. I need to get rid of
Sableye
this
and
Sableye.
Salamence. These two are kind of a core I'm trying to focus on. Salamence hits things hard, but in this case, Escadrille is actually going to be faster than Salamence because of the sand.
Mm-hmm.
So someone would be like, hey, maybe he should just rock slide. But
Mm-hmm.
this is where Sableye comes in. Assuming he stays in,
I'm sorry, I'm too scared of Willow.
that's fine.
But if I did stay in, squashing, like, yeah, squashing
Squash
would have been
would have
excellent.
actually made him go last, and then I would have just finished him off with the fire blast.
Yeah.
He would have no way to expected that, and he would have just been so concentrated on getting the kill, which is why Squash Sableye might end up being sort of that meta game changer along the way.
Definitely.
Maybe not now; it's too early for that, but it's out there. So
Sorry.
make the best of it.
Sorry for the noises. I don't actually. Can you get rid of the. Okay, I'm gonna figure that out later. I'm gonna figure out how to get rid of noises for next time, because that's
What
kind of
noises?
annoying. Oh shoot, fuck off. Okay. Oh crud. Squash. That's right. No!
Dang.
I
Easy.
survived! Oh, because of Sandstorm. Increases your specialty
Oh
defense.
yeah.
That's awesome. And Life
Oh,
Orb killed me.
Life Orb still took you out.
Hey, but I knocked out two of your pokes. I'm perfectly
Oh,
okay
yep.
with that.
There goes Sableye.
That's what I wanted to get rid of. Now we're both stuck onto our last two Pokemon. And it's Lucario and Hippowdon, Chestnut, and Tyranitar.
So in this situation, I mean, if you were, let's say you were at a regionals tournament, you were in this situation.
Uh-huh.
From my side, I see a Lucario. It can automatically want to KO Tyranitar, no doubt about it. Whether it be a physical set or a special set. Chestnut might be my key to winning at this time, just because of the Sand Bomb on Hippowdon and the potential fighting move on Lucario. But I see Tyranitar not living a hit, in which case I need to focus my efforts on getting rid of that Lucario first.
Mm-hmm.
Hippowdon is burned. It's the least of my worries, but it might be able to chip damage me since you do have slack off. So that's kind of be your game
Hmm.
if that were to occur.
My best thing to do in my situation, because Hippowdon has no offensive capabilities at the moment, and because Earthquake is the only move I have, and I can hit my Lucario, who's a Steel type, I have to alternate between the Protect that I have on it, the chip damage that I'm going to get off Hippowdon, to either go after the Chestnut first rather than Tyranitar, because I know I can easily knock out that Tyranitar at any time I want with Lucario. So the best thing I gotta do is just get rid of that Chestnut.
Yeah, and just like that, Protect does come in handy. It
Super
just
handy.
saved his Lucario from taking a hit. And you actually just
What?
saw my Tyranitar go off there.
What
Um,
was
I
that?
guess since I couldn't get it off yet, the
Uh-huh.
Tyranitar I currently have is a special set. Since you did see Ice Beam, though it's focused along weakness policy and rock polish. No one's gonna expect a rock polish from a Tyranitar, let alone a weakness policy and it shooting off special moves. My set is actually Ice Beam, Rock Polish, HM Power, and Dark Pulse.
That's awesome.
So hey, at this point, if I had Rock Polish, that Lucario, it would have been well, it wouldn't have been game. But since I have nothing to hit it, but in which case, other threats like a Salamence or the Landorus, they would have been automatically gone. No way they could have outsped a 2 times speed Tyranitar, especially if it's a physical set. I mean, a
Hmm.
special set, and I no longer have to worry about it getting burned, it getting intimidate. So hey, maybe special set Tyranitar might actually be something you'll see later on down the line in the further VGC game.
At the very least, mixed. Ugh, I think I
Dang,
lost. Yeah, because if you hammer
yeah,
on
that
me,
that chestnut took that hit way better than I thought.
like a boss. Yep, and I lost. Go figure. Well, those are
Don't
pretty
get
much the things you have to look out for um, in a VGC battle. You have to make sure you know what kind of set that your opponent's going to be running. Is he going to be protecting? What kind of strategies is he going to be going for? So I feel like the creativity and just the prediction you have to do is just up there as high as it is in singles as it is in the VGC doubles.
Oh yeah, and to be honest, I feel it's actually way more in doubles, just because you do have two Pokemon out on the field at a time.
Hmm.
You do have two of them that you have to worry about. One bad misplay, and you could lose two of your Pokemon, in which it only leaves
Definitely.
you with half your team left. So
Yeah.
you really have to think about that move, and you really got to think about what you need to protect, what you don't need to protect, because
Right.
your opponent can easily just double up on one Pokemon, and boom, you're down one
um,
team.
I am actually not a victim, but I am a instigator of that very same tactic because my favorite team type that I like to use is Trick Room. And what I love to do is to intimidate someone with a very strong attacker, and then like a kind of like a weaker Pokemon like a Romatizzy or something. And then while people are trying to attack my strong one, I protect and do Trick Room. And then they're like, "Oh my gosh, what just happened? I'm in Trick Room. All the speed investments that I have now are just worthless." And then I would just double attack the highest threat and just kill everything. I would have to play around with between what I think is going to protect or not, but I usually have done really well. Like I've broken 1300 in VGC 2014 with my Trick Room team.
Wow, it's actually pretty exceptional.
I I like Trick Room. What can I say? So
Shirku,
yeah,
yeah,
I
go
know
ahead.
Trick Room is just crazy. I have to thank our hunter N Ryan Newfield for showing me Trick Room. Um, after I battled him with Trick Room, I just fell in love with it. But anyway, what we're gonna do now is I'm sharing a screen with PokeProfiles, and we're gonna go into just a random VGC battle with my team, and we're gonna work together to try and win. And we're gonna talk about like what we should look for, what does our opponent have, because in the previous battle we were just talking about it, so it wasn't really like a real like hardcore battle. But now we're actually going to see what other people are using, and we're probably going to do one or two more battles. So, what's your impression of this team?
This team kind of brings me back to actually the 2014 set,
Actually, it looks
minus the
exactly
Latios and I don't think he and the Heatran.
in Heatran, yeah.
Was Heatran available in VGC 2014?
Yes. Ooh, I don't
Okay,
know. I
I
don't
don't
think it was.
remember.
But actually, because it is kind of timed. What should we pick out first?
Oh,
Should I go
let's
with the
see.
Sand team, or should I use like Whimsicott and Salamence in them?
Whimsicott Solomons. Well, you don't want to fall to victim of Spore, so I'd
No.
say you should hit hard and go for the best with Solomons.
I think
I
Salamence
guess
and
I guess as a
Whimsicott.
backup effort, yeah, yeah. That's well, actually, you could also bring some backup. Like, let's say you could bring the Hippowdon and Escrow just in case you need
Yeah.
that speed boost.
Yeah.
Because that I see the only problem here is the Latios.
Yeah, definitely with the
Potentially,
speed.
well, do you have Protect on your Solomons actually?
I do. Right? I do. Wait. Yeah, okay, timer is on. So now we gotta wait on the other person who's making their decision. What? Boo. Oh. Be right back, guys. One. Litheo, hey, sorry. I had some internet connection, so we are going to just continue with the new battle. Again, sorry about that, but we're just gonna keep going where we are. And look at that, the team didn't change that much. So, PokeProfiles. Again, what do we have?
So we got a Landorus off the bat. Could be a Choice Scarfer, could be a U-turner. That's
That's
that.
fine.
The Conquador could be of the burn. What's it called?
Guts.
Yeah, it could have guts, so it could be expecting some status influx from our side, or it could have its own orb to inflict status on itself. The
Mm-hmm.
Latios primarily just hits hard. Kind of seems like it's
Might
the
be his
mega
mega.
of the
Yeah.
group. So there's that.
Taunter right here.
Thunderous. Thunderous. That's the prankster, the most annoying prankster of all. Access to taunt, Thunderwave swagger. It can give you hell if you don't take it off. If you
Yeah.
don't kill it off real quick. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Greninja. Greninja with Life Orb. Could be Life Orb, Focus
Mm-hmm.
Sash. We don't know as of yet, but with new access to the tutor moves, it could bring hell.
Yeah.
And Heatran, Air Balloon could be there for defense, could be there to
Mm-hmm.
suck up hits, so we'll find out.
What should we bring then?
Seems to me it could be a Therian. It could be a Genie lead, actually. There could be a
Could
potential
be.
Discharge Earthquake,
That's true. Hmm.
or it could be Greninja. Either I'm guessing either the Therians or Greninja with a Therian.
Mm-hmm. I'm
That's just my
thinking.
guess.
I'm thinking Whimsicott and Salamence, same as before, and then having again the Hippowdon and the Excadrill as a backup.
Might want to watch
Ah!
Whimsicott, however. Hey, thank God.
It's loud. Sorry. Sorry. What'd you say?
Oh, thankfully I was wrong about the Therians. We don't have to deal with that, so
Mm-hmm.
we got a Greninja and a Heatran up.
Heatran. What do you? I'm thinking I'm gonna sub, and I'm scary. I'm scared from an
Do
ice
you
beam.
do you have Protect on Settlements?
I do.
Okay, well one of the
Oh shoot.
oh no you don't. Oh
I thought
no.
I did.
Well, if he had Protect, he could have done what most of us call scouting, just to see what they're doing. Since Whimsicott does have Prankster, Substitute would go first, followed by Protect from Solomons. It would be
Mhm.
giving us an idea of what exactly was going on.
I can switch out to Hippowdon. It can
Mm,
take an ice beam.
we don't want to give Heatran that. Oh, actually, no. Yeah,
Yeah, because
actually,
just
Hippowdon does
earthquake.
seem like a safe
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that.
switch. That could also. Do you have That is. Do you have what item do you have on Hippowdon, by the way?
Uh, Leftovers.
Leftovers. Okay.
Yeah, because my Whimsicott has a big root.
Mm, sometimes I don't know if it might turn out viable, but I have seen this more often. Is the usage of the weather? Oh, map block.
That's
Uh oh.
awesome. For those of you who don't know, who don't realize, my Whimsicott, I explained this before. My Whimsicott likes to mess around with people who like to set up and stuff like that. So I don't think he realizes that I have Encore. So I'm going to Encore, and I'm going to Earthquake.
You should actually roar out the Heatran,
Well, I can Earthquake though.
but then you'd also your Whimsicott would also take
Oh,
that
that's true.
damage.
Should I use Stealth Rocks?
Mm,
It'll
I
hit
well,
both genies. Actually, it'll hit everything decently. Oh, well, no, you're right. I should roar.
you don't want your Whimsicott taking damage. The Greninja, we don't have to
Yeah,
worry about it. He's
yeah,
either
yeah.
gonna switch or keep it in.
I'm gonna roar the Heatran. So what's it gonna do? It's gonna try and like hit me with the fire tip, hit fire move.
Most possibly, could be Lava Plume. Actually, No,
I'm actually
I haven't
excited to see
seen
if
it
this happens.
on
I hope he
VGC.
doesn't switch out.
Don't
Because
think so.
no, because once he realized he got Encore, he's definitely gonna get rid of that Greninja. Protect.
Ooh.
Wait, I think Roar goes
Roar
past.
goes through protect. Yes, it does.
Ah, awesome turn. I love it. Oh, ha!
Uh-oh.
He can't taunt. Oh, he could taunt me still.
What will you get? Oh,
He
he
forfeited.
forfeited. Yeah, that's something you won't be able to do in person, actually. You
No,
can't
you won't.
forfeit.
You're just gonna have to take it. I think he did not expect the Encore, and that's what really messed him up.
Yeah,
All right.
truly, Encore is something to rage about when it comes to stuff like this. You don't want to protect, you don't want to do any status boosters when Encore is on the field.
Oh shit. All right, all shinies. All right, fine.
Solid. Oh, hey, look at
Mm,
that. So off the bat, we got a Mega Laponi, same old Landorus.
Landorus. I
The
think
what's
I'm
the
th-
name of that Dragalge?
I'm
Okay.
seeing these three as being probably there at some point. So I want to start off with the Landorus Whimsicott.
This kind of gives off a Trick Room team, don't you think?
No,
That Cresselia, Mawile, and
no,
Dragalge
these
are
two,
pretty slow.
these four here, yes. These two here, not so much. But it's possible. Well, let's
Am I right?
find out. Oh, I can Encore Trick Room
Yes, you can. That's actually, yeah, send out Whipsicott first. I agree.
and in Landorus, I think, for
Mm,
Intimidate, for because it has three possible
yeah.
people who have physical attacks. And what
Yep.
do you think for my Mega, Lucario or Salamence?
What do you have on
Fairy
Lucario?
Fragon. I have Blaze Kick, Close Combat, Crunch.
On Salamence, do you have any fire moves? No.
No.
I'm leaning in toward the Salamence
Yeah.
just because Lucario can get easily walled by the Amoonguss and the Dragalge.
Yeah. And then
And
Excadrill maybe, just
I'd
because.
bring Escudrill for good measure.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yep, looks like a Trick Room team.
I'm perfectly okay with this. Perfectly okay with this. Because you know what I can't. You know what I can do. No, that won't work. Yes, it can. No, it won't.
What are you trying to do? Double
Earthquake.
Intimidate?
No, no, no.
Earthquake?
I'm gonna sub because I'm defensive. I'm not. It's not gonna break through my sub. I can see him protecting and trick rooming. If this is a trick room team, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna mega evolve, protect, and gonna trick room. So I'm going to
So
leech
it's
seed the Cresselia, and I'm gonna earthquake. Actually, what do you
hmm.
think?
That's putting too much faith that it might be a Trick Room team. We could easily be deceived, and that's another thing about VGC.
Yeah, I think sub might just to see what he's gonna do. I think sub is the
Sub
best.
would be a safer play.
Earthquake? Because just for the stupid thing. Oh no, but levitate. That makes no sense. I think U-turn. Just get out of there.
U-turn, yeah, you took that negative drop in attack, so the U-turning would be
Oh, he switched. Oh, ha! Good thing I
look at that.
U-turned. Sub.
Trick Room?
I think it might be Trick Room. There's no
Uh,
fairy out.
yeah, I switch in Solomon's for that Intimidate. Then
Yeah.
what you could do next turn is double switch.
Yeah. Again, I
This
apologize for the loud noises. Trick Room! This is awesome! I'm so encoring the Cresselia unless it switches out. But I don't think he realizes I have an encore.
that could work either way. I would suggest you get that Solomon's out, however, and switch into Landorus because there's nothing the other Landorus can do to hit you hard, especially at -2.
Okay.
And if Cresselia decides to stay in, Trick Room's gonna be gone.
Yeah. I hope it does. That'd be hilarious. The only thing he can do is trick him and then leave.
Nope.
Nope, he's not switching out. I don't think he's switching out.
No. Oh
No.
wait.
Yes!
Uh-oh.
Aww.
Mental Herb.
Mental herb. But now he's not. Darn. And it missed.
It's perfectly fine. Now he's gonna switch out.
I still have priority. Oh yeah, he's definitely switching out.
I
Um,
say you leech seed the Cresselia
I
spot.
think so. I think I should rock slide. No. Yeah, rock
Mm,
slide. I can't earthquake. They both have levitate. U-turn.
what's actually?
U-turn to extra drift
I
for
would
protect.
suggest. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Onto the
No,
Cresselia.
actually, Hammer reduces your speed, right?
Yes, it does. But I'm choice scarfed.
Oh no. Well, because think about his remaining team. His remaining team members. What could he have? Mawile.
Mawile.
It'll
It has
resist
to
the
be a
U-turn.
Moongus or Dragalge.
Okay. No, that sounds pretty risky.
Yeah,
Just
I'm just
U-turn
gonna
out.
U-turn. Yeah, Leech Seed. Moonblast. Perfectly fine. I don't care. U-turn. I hope it doesn't lead. Mawile. He he keeps trying to intimidate me. Oh, awesome! Shoot, what should I do now?
Actually, I just saw that you have Protect on Escadrille. You
Yeah,
could just potentially substitute Protect and wait out another Trick Room turn.
yeah. It might recover.
Did it have Recover? Or did it,
It
is it the
might.
leftover?
No, it doesn't have leftovers.
Hmm. Oh no, it was Mental Herb.
Yeah, it was Mental Herb. What did it do last turn? It Moonblast. It's just
It
gonna
just
keep Moonblasting
blasted.
because it knows I'm going to Encore. I think I'm gonna sub Earthquake. No. Oh, no, Landorus Earthquake. Because I'm
Landers.
Levitate.
Oh, wait.
And then
You
if it
also got to
stays
keep in
in
mind that
the
Mawile is gonna Mega Evolve.
mhm.
Can your Pokemon live a play route
After an
potentially?
Intimidate, yeah.
Go, go for it.
Yeah. And then
That seems like the only
Earthquake.
risk we're taking right now.
Yeah. So much Intimidate going around. Mega Evolve, yeah. Helping
Yeah,
Hand. What is it gonna do? Play rough? Ha! Oh, it's so Malwell's going down.
it might not
Oh
actually.
shoot! Wow. Oh no.
Two turns.
Well, I don't think. Do you think it's gonna stay in? Because I could
I would
just U-turn.
suggest there's only one turn left of Trick Room.
Oh, U-turn and protect. I think.
I would
U-turn
suggest
into Whimsicott.
Earthquake actually.
Really?
Earthquake with Landorus and Protect with Escadrille. Your Landorus serves no purpose anymore.
True.
Right? Actually,
No, yeah, it does. Because the other one is a Landorus.
but what's your Landorus going to do against a Landorus?
That's true. Earthquake, and I can just switch out next turn into Whimsicott. Helping Hand. Yeah. Protect.
Don't
What is
hit
it
the
gonna do?
Landorus. Oh,
No! Yeah, that's what I was scared of. Well, it's over. Oh, and Leech Seed. Darn. Hmm. Oh, no.
Hyper
Yes?
Voice.
Hyper Voice, but it can just.
Wait, I
No,
don't
that's
think
good, that's
it's gonna
good.
stay in.
Because I'm now quicker.
Exactly.
So,
You are Life Orb with Escadrille, right?
yes. I
Okay.
should. I should just Hyper Voice.
Yes.
Hyper Voice, and then
And
Earthquake. No, Rock Slide. No,
no,
Earthquake.
Rock Slide.
Rock Slide. Okay. Landers. Oh. Oh. Okay, no, that works. Hyper Voice. Yep. That's perfectly fine. Okay, that's
How
fine.
much did Hyper Voice do?
Hyper Voice did shoot
40%.
41
I
to yeah.
think we might be able to lean in for a double knockout.
I maybe. Yeah, because Trick Room he's not speed invested.
Earthquake, dude. You got an Earthquake.
I'm not gonna how much does he have left? Oh, definitely. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
You gotta
wait,
take these
cancel that.
calculations.
Cancel that.
Oh,
Okay.
too late.
No, no. I last minute it just kicked in that the potential of it having Sucker Punch in which your Escadrille would have.
Oh,
taking that
but
hit and
if it's sucker, oh gosh, I see a
hey,
spore coming in this way.
that's
So I want to switch Salamence for Whimsicott, and then just
yeah,
Earthquake.
yeah,
But then it might Sucker Punch still. What did we see? Play rough, protect.
that's it.
That's it.
That's all
Yeah,
we've seen
this is
from
all
it.
we've seen. All right. So yeah, Whimsicott, and then Earthquake. Yeah,
Mm.
Earthquake. Sucker Punch. Yeah, that's what it was. And it's probably gonna Spore. Yep. Ooh, I'm actually curious. If I Encore him, can he only Spore
No,
Whimsicott?
he can choose who, but it'll just be Spore.
Darn, that's unfortunate. What did it do? Sucker Punch? Can I Encore Sucker Punch?
Yes, you can actually.
I'm gonna do that. And then Hyper Voice is all I can do. I think so. Yeah.
You might have to place your faith in Whimsicott, actually. Well, no, wait.
If he spores on Salamence, I can just keep encoring it, and he's stuck on Spore. I just need to try and kill
Your
this
Whimsicott
thing.
does take 4 times damage, however,
From what?
again, Sledge Bomb.
Sludge Bomb. That's true. Oh, nice. Depending on what he does is where. Yes, Spore. Okay. I can. I think Encore Protect.
Encore the Mawile.
Encore them
That's
all
the
out.
only way you'll
And
win
then
now.
just. Yeah. I wonder if he realized what he did with Protect.
He doesn't.
Because now Mawel's stuck. As long as he doesn't have a poison move.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Yeah,
Wait, Encore goes through?
Encore didn't get affected. Really? I
Huh.
thought. Oh, I'm a grass type. Powder moves don't work on grass types. This is
Good.
awesome. As long as he doesn't have a poison move. Yep,
I
you
would expect
forfeit.
the
I
forfeit,
won.
yeah.
Yeah, I won. That's awesome. Because I just have to wake up and then Mungus is dead.
Basically, yeah, you just gotta wait out. That's also the thing about VGC. Don't be too scared about doing the waiting game. If you
Yeah,
need to stall out a few turns, get that Toxic, that burn off, by
that's
all
awesome.
means, as long as you win, it's a viable strategy.
I'm liking Salamence Whimsicott.
It's a douchey move, I'm not gonna lie.
I like it. I like it. Oh gosh. Well, thank you for joining in with me, PokeProfiles, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching our VGC Thursdays, our covers for the new 2015 styling. From now on, I'm going to be using this rule set when I'm making teams and trying out different moves. I might be bringing PokeProfiles back if he wants to later on, but mostly I'm just going to be trying out different moves, different sets, and just seeing what we have for VGC. If you guys have any suggestions for teams or want to practice with us, either follow Litheo Region at Twitter at their Twitter handle at Litheo Region, or put a comment in the comment section below, and we'll try to get to you. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you all again for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and let's all learn VGC together. Catch you guys next time. You can say bye too.
Oh, see you guys. Pleasure staying here with us.
All right. Bye.